Rumors are circulating in the boxing world, and the latest buzz centered around Gervonta Davis speculates that his next opponent could be Shakur Stevenson. But many believe Stevenson isn't ready for the fight. Numerous boxing pros have even warned Stevenson against taking the fight. Let's see what this is all about. Shakur Stevenson has went up to 135 pounds, and along with Devin Haney, he's a hot topic. Some people are challenging Shakur's standing in the next weight class because he hasn't fought there yet. They say he didn't have much punch at 126 or 130 pounds, so what will he do against bigger hitters? There's been some drama on Twitter too. One guy Shakur fought with online said Shakur is one of the easier opponents in the division. He thinks Shakur lacks big power and impressive defense. He says Shakur doesn't slip punches well and just backs up and moves around a lot. He thinks Shakur's offense is simple and predictable. The pros have seen it all. They've been in the ring trained champions, and they know what they're talking about. So when they start saying Shakur is challenging because of his style ability, hand speed and range control, but they also think Gervonta Davis is the only one who can figure out Shakur's technique and beat him. Some people believe we haven't seen the best of Gervonta Davis yet. They think Shakur has better defense, but Gervonta patience and power make him a dangerous opponent. Both Shakur and Jant want the biggest fights, and this matchup could happen soon at 135 pounds. The big stars left undefeated are Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Tank Davis. Shakur may struggle to get big fights, while Tank draws large crowds, making him a more enticing opponent. Shakur wants to fight Vasily Lomachenko, but a bout with Tank would bring a better pay, and LMA made it plain that he won't fight till the end of this year, with his contract ending soon. Shakur may be courted by many organizers, however some, like Eddie Hearn, may not offer top dollar. Shakur says he's never been knocked down or seriously hurt in a fight, dismissing claims that he's chinny. Despite the talk, a fight between Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson is highly anticipated by the boxing world. Some people say Tank is dodging Shakur, but that's not true. Tank versus Shakur is the fight everyone wants to see. Two undefeated champions at 135 lb, some of the best fighters in the division, and in all of boxing. There's some talk about Shakur's last performance. Shakur's camp is likely studying Tank video, looking for weaknesses and deciding if the fight is worth the risk. They're hearing the warnings from the pros who think Tank is on another level, but Shakur is confident and skilled. He's been climbing the ranks and making a name for himself, and he's not backing down from a challenge. Tank, on the other hand, is enjoying the attention. His training videos are making waves, showing that he's still the one to beat. Some say he's trying to listening to their teams and trying to stay calm while the world watches. This isn't just about one fight, it's about legacy, reputation in the future for both fighters. For Shakur, beating Tank would be a huge statement, proving he's the best and ready to take on anyone. But if he loses, it could set him back significantly. For Tank, this fight is about showing he's still got it, that he's not just a flash in the pan. If Shakur ignores the warnings and beats him, it could change every punch, move, and decision might determine the path of their lives. As we watch it all happen, we can't help but be sucked into the drama, waiting to see who comes out on top. Tank's recent training sessions have been like something out of a Rocky movie. He's been sparring with some of the toughest fighters around and dominating them. He's not just training harder, he's training smarter, focusing on methods to exploit Shakur's weekend, looking for every minor hole they may hit. They're not leaving anything to chance. The pros' warnings have clearly reached Shakur, and while they've given him pause, he's also had this fire in him, and he's been pushing himself to sparring with people who can emulate Tank's styles to prepare for every possible scenario. Rumor has it Shakur is working on a hidden weapon, a new method he wants to use in the ring. His camp is keeping it under wraps, but whispers suggest it could catch Tank off guard and flip the tide in Shakur's favor. Edge has been sharing little teasers on social media showcasing just enough of his training to keep everyone guessing. It's part of the game, leaving Shakur and his crew wondering what they're really up against. But here's the kicker: there are rumors that the fight may not even happen. According to some sources, Shakurs Crew is considering pulling out, not because they question his ability, but because the stakes are too high. Losing to Tank may be bad, and they don't want to ruin his future. However, pulling out could be worse, making Shakur appear timid and unable to take on big challenges. In boxing, perception is important, and if fans think Shakur is ducking Tank, it might ruin his reputation. Shakur's camp is a heated fight, consulting trainers, managers, and old-school boxing legends to figure out the best course of action. Every choice feels like a game changer. Meanwhile, Tank is staying focused, training hard, and preparing as if the fight is surely happening. He has the swagger and unshakable confidence, daring Shakur to step into the ring, knowing he has the skills to back it up. Promoters are in a frenzy because a fight between Tank and Shakur would be a huge draw. Hype alone may sell out arenas and achieve massive pay-per-view numbers. They're pushing hard for this fight, using all of their power to convince both sides that the Showdown fans have been waiting for behind-the-scenes deals are being negotiated, contracts drafted, and the pressure is mounting. Everyone wants a piece of this pie, from promoters to networks to donors. It's a circus with everyone jockeying for position, trying to make sure they're in on the action when the bell rings. Despite the chaos, the fighters are trying to keep grounded. Shakur is focused on his training, tuning out the noise and staying committed to his program. He has a good support system with his trainers and family, who keep him inspired by reminding him why he got into boxing in the first place. They know his difficulties and sacrifices to get here. Tank is channeling all the hype into his workouts. He's using the buzz as fuel, pushing harder, training longer, and staying sharp. He's got this laser focus, able to tune out everything except the task at hand. It's what makes him so dangerous in the ring, the single-minded determination that leaves no room for doubt or hesitation. The fans are on the edge of their seats, caught up in the whirlwind of speculation and expectation. They're analyzing every piece of footage, every int